And we've got Tail, two sub-castries. Jono, Tail, what would you be doing?
We'll have a bat first.
Okay, we'll be having a bat first. I'm sure you got a sight of what went on last season. Did that influence your choice in taking first now?
Not really. I think we always look to back ourselves when we batting, and once the pitch is not good, I'm going to have a hit first.
Okay, from your lineup, who has been left out?
Today, Wendell Inglis is missing out together with Junior Peter and Noel Leo.
Okay, all the best of today's game. And Mervin, you happy with having the first goal?
Yeah, basically, my guys are ready to put on a show. I mean, the game will be very tense tonight, and I feel that we're going to be victorious tonight, basically.
Okay, and who has been left out from your team today?
We have Sean Hill and Keon.
Sean Hill, Edward, and Keon Gaston have been left out. Well, all the best in tonight's match, and I'm sure the fans are going to enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks.
So we're going to have the sub-catchers lines batting, and we'll be using the same strip that was used last night in the encounter between the Scherzer Craft Masters and the Soufre Stumpers. So we're expecting a nail biter this evening, and at the end of the day, I'm sure the spectators are going to have a field day. So we will be starting in the next couple of minutes. So over to you, Mr. DJ.
Hey, 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 nay, 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 hey, 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 diggy, nay, nay, hey, 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 nay, 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 hey, hey, hey. Yang perlu saya never tahu, nama kebajikan saya tahu. Mau kita nak bawa yang jual, you nak bawa mana badi, agen hantam. Yang perlu saya never tahu, nama kebajikan saya tahu. Mau kita nak bawa yang jual, you nak bawa mana badi, agen hantam. Sampai macam apa kita?
Ladies and gentlemen in attendance, I would like to ask you all to please stand at attention for the playing of the national anthem of St. Lucia. Thank you very much.
Yes, good afternoon to you here, coming to you live at the Philip Marsler grounds for game number 2 of the 2019 SPL between defending champions of Castries Lions and Monroe Credit Union, Monroe Pioneers. And it's the South Castries Lions batting first. They off the mark of the first ball, flicks out the pass, that's gone down to the boundary. 4 runs to Johnson Charles. Ball number 2, that the first ball of the inning, Fletcher just working it behind square and getting the single. And the second ball, Shelby pitching down the leg side, and Johnson Charles just whip it up the legs down to long leg for 4. So the score moves on rapidly to 5 of just 2 balls. South Castries Lions winning the toss and decided to take first knock. And you recall that the Lions are the defending champions. Won in the final against the Avatar City Blasters in 2018. So we're here live at the Philip Marsler grounds down in the south of the island, in VA4 to be exact. Starting at just after 5 today. Special request from the Monroe team as the event in the community. As Michael Chai bowls to Johnson Charles down the leg side, making some height. And not called there by the umpire. Probably just flicking the sleeve of Charles as it went through. Taken head high by keeper Sabinas Emmanuel. Both teams spotting their greens. Lions in a darker shade of green. Shalry runs away from the airport end to Charles. He pulls this one over the infield down to long on, whitish long on, and it limps into the boundary. 4 runs. This one was short from Shalry. Charles getting a little high on the bat, but nevertheless getting the required result. Down to the boundary, went for 4. The man on the mid-wicket boundary, Shadrach Descat, couldn't come around. And the man at mid-on there, just between the 2 guys there, and it went down to the boundary for 4. The score moves on to 9 without loss. We're in over number 1, first over. So, immediately Captain Mervyn Wells making some adjustments to the field. He sent the man down to a long on now. As Shalry bowls to Charles and he hits it in the air. Why would he going to be caught? Making Charles, he drops it and it goes into the fence as it. Oh, this one he made some good ground running back, got the hands to it and it bubbled out. And the batsman get into it. So live there, early live there for Johnson Charles. No. 2 runs there to Charles, live there, taking the score to 11. And Johnson Charles will be playing only the way Johnson Charles knows how to play, attacking. As Shalry's in, bowls to Charles, short, and this one hits it off the edge, it goes over backward point, that's gone for 6 runs, the maximum, the first maximum of the inning. This one was short outside the outside, and Michael Shalry bowling a bit of steam, short, and Charles was off the back foot and hit it over the man at backward point, over the boundary rope it went, and 6 runs. And the score rushes on to 17. 17 without loss. The South Castries Lions batting first. And Johnson Charles in this over getting a life. Hit this one high into the offside. The man at
at mid-off was running back. He got his hands to it, and then it bubbled out and got pretty close to the ropes, and it got 2. But in trying to take the catch, he didn't look very confident getting to the ball, and there was no second attempt made after it bubbled out of his hands and went pretty close to the boundary. So after over number 1, it's sent in without loss to the South Catches Lions. And we have the second over being bowled from the Mola Chic end, we want to call it, those of you who know the Fort area. So it's they're going to be starting with the left arm spinner. Let's see the team there. So it looks like it's going to be Jamal Lesmore, the left arm spinner, for taking it up from the Mola Chic end.
Jamal Lesmore.
Yes, so we are correct. It's Jamal Lesmore. And I will run through the team in a bit. Yes, trying to catch my breath as things have been moving pretty quickly. The Manipur team is moving well. Captain Shubin Charles, Craig Emmanuel, Sabinas Emmanuel, Gavin Serio Jr., Shadrach Descott, Ron Lesmore, Michael Shallery, Jamal Lesmore, Conan Henry, and Ivanas Emmanuel. Keon Gaston, Shonil Edwards being left out. So it'll be the Spiceman, Andre Fletcher. He'll be taking strike now. He's on 1. He'll be taking strike. He'll be facing up to the left arm spinner. Ball round the wicket short. And he put around, not timing it. Hit it straight to the man at deepish mid-wicket on the circle. No run. And he probably would figure that he has just missed out there, Miss Fletcher. So it's Lesmore. He's bowling round the wicket. Straight approach for the Mola Chic end. He'll be bowling to Fletcher. He bowls short and Fletcher. Quick single. Charles says no. So no run. So Lesmore, he can bowl run, he bowls short, and he pulls side of the man, and it beats the man at coming in from mid on there, and they come back for 2. But this one was to the 2 fieldsmen there, the one at mid wicket and the one at mid on there. The ball just dropping between them, and I wouldn't say it's a chance, but both batsmen leaving a little dangerously there. So it's 19 without loss. Going over number 2, and he bowls to Charles, and he drives down the ground. The fieldsman not long off comes in, picks up, looks like Shubin Charles from our vantage point. 1 run, 1 more run, 20 without loss. As the crowd continues to build here at the Philip Marsley ground. Jamal Lesmore now bowling to Andre Fletcher. Bowls full to the bat. He drives back along the track. Bowler picks up. Comes in again. He'll be bowling to Charles, and he swings high into the air. He's going over the man at long on. And 1 more run. This one is in the air again. Charles looking for the big hit. By no means a catch. Just over his head there he tried gallantly to make a catch. And single to Johnson Charles. Charles was trying to heave this one over mid-wicket. Not succeeding. And the score goes up to 21. So in the context of things, 17 runs of the first over, 4 of the second over, so a pretty good over from Jamal Lesmore, bowling from the Mola Chic end. I just want to shout out our friend out there in the USA, Mario Lawrence, who I'm sure is locked in by now. An original Lion by nature. I'm sure he is locked in. Still at work from what he's saying, so I'm sure he's going to join us at some point later this evening. As we see Michael Shallery again, he'll be taking it up from the airport end. And he'll be bowling to Johnson Charles, who had a life of his previous was short. And he just flicks it one off the pads easily. Onto the roof it goes, and out of the ground it goes as well. 6 runs. Easy as Sunday morning. He was pitched up on the pads there to Charles, and Charles just using his wrist and just flicking this one high over the man at square. Onto the roof it went and out of the ground. And 6 runs to Johnson Charles. Taking the score on to 27 without loss. So as we wait for the ball to be returned there. So it's 27 without loss. Also today, so the closing ceremony of the St. Lucia National Cricket Association's Lot 3's Authority Elite Women's Cricket Program that came to a close today with the closing ceremony at the Bay Gardens Resort. We had Director of Sports Patrick Mathre presenting to the young ladies on conflict resolution. Also had the third Vice President, Miss Eugenia Gregg, also addressing the young ladies. Ladies also received their certificates of participation. As we get back to live action, Michael Shalry over the wicket, bowling to Johnson Charles. Oh, it's a full delivery and wide, and we see a no ball. So we see umpire Alan Ashby, he has been signaled there by umpire Fabian St. Rose. So it's a no ball and a free hit. And it's going to be Charles. Let's see if he's going to benefit fully from this free hit. Michael Shalry over the wicket to Johnson Charles. And ball shot, hits it over, extra cover, is gone all the way for 6. Yeah, another maximum. This one was pitched up and Johnson Charles just easing into this one and hitting it over extra cover for 6. So Michael Shalry under the hammer there from Johnson Charles. Charles taking a liking to him. So the ball has gone out of the ground actually on the offside, hitting the concrete part and going over the wall on the far side for 6. So the score moves on to 34 and we're in over number 3. 2 overs and 2 balls bowled so far. So Johnson Charles is on 29 of how many deliveries? Just make a quick check as the efficient Dr. David Oliver. He got his doctorate in scoring. 10 balls. He's on 22 fours and 3 sixes, and his short inning so far of 29. So it's Shalry again, and Johnson Charles has taken a liking to Shalry, although he was put down earlier in his previous over from Shalry. So it's Shalry to Charles. Johnson Charles ball short, and he just walks this one behind square. 4 runs, 4 more runs for Johnson Charles, and that's meat and drink for Johnson Charles. This was short, a half tracker there from Michael Shalry, and all Johnson Charles had to do was help it around. The man in front of square had no chance. Charles just helped it around down to the boundary for 4 and takes him on now to 33 in just 11 balls. So it's Shalry again. Shalry coming in for some rough treatment. Shalry again running over the wicket, bowling to Johnson Charles, short, and he pulls him again. That's 6 more. That's 6 runs. And Shalry probably just loves to see Johnson Charles play those attacking shots. As you're short again, and Charles this time going 2 better. Last ball he hit it for 4. This time he hit it over the boundary for maximum 6. Takes him on to 39. Johnson Charles on 39 and has not even broken a sweat as yet. So Charles is settling in. As keeper Mervyn Wells just had a little chat with Michael Shalry. Let's see. He's running it again. He'll be bowling to Johnson Charles. He can bowl full to the bat. He drives it up to a long on. The man runs around, picks up to his left, and gets a single. Takes the score on to 45. And Charles on to 40 of 13 deliveries. So Charles wasted no time. Fletcher, normally an aggressive batter too. He's been quiet. He's on 4. Face it, and he hits this one. That's gone. Over the boundary goes. 6 more. And I was just saying, Andrew Fletcher has been quiet. Maybe he heard me. And the very next ball, he hit it over long on for 6, and the 50 is up. 50 up for the South Castles Lions in over number 3. 51 without loss. So Johnson Charles and Andrew Fletcher putting on a batting class here this afternoon. And if you probably want to get a glimpse of this batting class, Brian of Winners TV will oblige to have that to you at your request. So it's at 51 without loss. As we see Jamal Lesmore, he'll be bowling to just trying to hit this one down the ground. Got an inside edge behind square there. Between the man between square and short fine leg, and he picked up a single. One more to the score, 52. Lesmore bowls full and Fletcher advancing, taking it on the full. Hit it under through the offside where the man on the cover boundary Shadrach Descat runs around, picks up a single, another single, takes the score to 53 without loss. And we're into over number 4, left arm spinner Jamal Lesmore round the wicket, he bowls short, and Charles cuts this one to the man at backward point there. Got a bad bounce there, but still kept it out in front of him. No run. Keeping the score 53 without loss. Jamal keeping him quiet. And he's bowled him! He's bowled him! Johnson Charles trying to hit this one. Over the top. Playing over this one. It went through the bottom pad. And is bowled. And the Lions losing their first wicket. Captain Charles being bowled for 41 of 15 deliveries.
That was the prized wicket of Johnson Charles. Goal!
So Charles goes, very entertaining knock of 41.
He takes a walk after putting on 41 runs on the board.
And Johnson Charles has been replaced by Tonya Simon, left-handed Tonya Simon. And during the practice games and during the Division 1, during the senior SLNCA competition, Tonya Simon has been the one in form. So he's under no pressure. So he has all the time in the world just to dig in, apply himself. So it's left-handed Simon. And Jamal Lesmore now bowls over the wicket. As Johnson Charles was attempting to run riot here at the Flip Master ground this evening. And just being bowled there as Lesmore bowls to Simon, is back and turns it on the offside. He will be advised to push forward. So it's 53 for 1. Just saw the back of Johnson Charles as Jamal Lesmore running in, bowls to Simon. He's back and across and plays one out into short extra cover region. And at the end of the over, pretty good over from unsuccessful over Jamal Lesmore. But you got the very important wicket of Johnson Charles, bowled for 41. Andrew Fletcher is another batsman, he's on 11. And after 4 overs, defending champions of Catches Lions, they are batting. They are 53 for 1. You can go
after 4 overs, the score 53 for the loss of 1.
We'll go through the South Catches lineup. We haven't done that as yet. It's Johnson Charles captain, Kester Shalmine, Xavier Gabriel, Dwight Thomas, Tonya Simon, Akeem Ogis, Lee Solomon, Keegan Arnold, Andre Fletcher, Collins Calendar, and Chauvin Leo. So it is Craig Emmanuel replacing Michael Shalry, who his 2 overs went for 2 overs for 47 runs. My goodness. So it's Craig Emmanuel and be bowling to Andre Fletcher, runs in bowls. Fletcher flicks it behind square and that's 4 runs. This one was pitch up on the pads and Fletcher, with all the ease in the world, just wristed it to the right of the man at backward square. Shot backward square, that is. Which is Shadrach Descat and went down to the boundary for 4. Now the boundaries at the Philip Marsden grounds, the square boundaries are pretty short. I would probably be able to hit a 6 at the Philip Marsden ground, even at my young age there. Even Mr. Oliver as well could probably muscle one over the boundary for 6 as well. As is Craig Emmanuel bowling to Fletcher. Fletcher just stabs this one into the offside and they go for a quick single. As the man from backward point runs in and picks up. So good, intelligent cricket from the Spiceman. This one, the wall before he hit it down to the boundary for 4. And the next delivery, he just stabs it out in the offside and calls through Simon for a single. So it's 58 for 1 in over number 5. Simon just surveying the field. He's left-handed. That's Craig Emmanuel. He'll be bowling over the wicket. He just brings in the man at short mid-wicket, brings him in a touch. As Emmanuel in bowls, so in his short, he just gets his bottom hand off the bat as he runs through for a quick single. This one was short and sharp. And he was in behind it, taking off the bottom hand. And Fletcher just acknowledging and says, yes, son, let's go for swing, let me get you off the mark. And they pick up a single. So it's 59 for 1. A pretty sharp delivery there from Craig Emmanuel. And he'll be bowling to Fletcher. And he comes, Emmanuel, from the... And he flicks this one over the... that's gone under the roof, and that's 6 more. Easy does it. This one was up to the bat, and Fletcher, just a flick of the wrist, just launched it onto the roof of the pavilion here, and out of the ground it went. 6 runs to Fletcher, taken over from where Johnson Charles left off, and the score moves on to 65 for 1, taking Fletcher on to 22. So, just to remind you, it's game number 2, South Catches Lions, the defending champions. They are playing against Monroe Credit Union, Monroe Pioneers. In the first game of today, our doubleheader. The Lions are the defending champions. They have lost 1 wicket so far. The wicket of Johnson Charles, but not before he put on a very dazzling batting display. 44, 41. 41 of just 15 deliveries. 41 of 15 deliveries. So the match referee goes out with another box of balls. Because I don't know how the ball just dropped off onto the road and we can't be retrieved as yet. Probably somebody has pocketed it as a nice prize possession for SPL 2019. So the crowd building slowly. Last evening we had a bumper crowd here from the the West Coast village of Choiseul. Yeah, they were here in their orange uniforms. They painted the ground all orange last evening. They were all over the stumpers. So as we just have a little break as the ball is trying to be retrieved. So it's Craig Emmanuel. I think yes, they've found it. Yeah, finally. Probably the police had to go out there and make sure it's returned in good time. So the original ball is now thrown to Craig Emmanuel. He's bowling from the airport end, the Urinor International Airport end. And he'll be bowling to Andre Fletcher. And he comes, he bowls, shot, and Fletcher just single. Simon says no. And Simon would pretty well know that he himself is just recovering from a slight hamstring strain, so he would not want to put any pressure on it. Says, stay your ground, Spiceman, stay your ground. Batsman to go, Johnson Charles. He was bowled Lesmore for 41. But since then, Fletcher has taken over. And in comes Craig Emmanuel, bowls to Fletcher. Wide outside the outside, and just flirting at this one. There's a Spiceman, Andre Fletcher, and wide, called by umpire Alan Ashby. So Craig Emmanuel will have to bowl this one again. So it's 66 for 1. 66 for 1. As it's Craig Emmanuel bowling to Fletcher. And this one short, and he just up the wrist and over the ropes and went for 6. Another maximum to Fletcher, taking him on to 28. It's 72 for 1 after 5 overs. So pretty good start there from the Lions. Despite the departure of Johnson Charles, the Lions continue to gallop on, to canter on. Fletcher is on 28, and he's joined by Simon. Simon is on 1. As I told you earlier, Charles is back in the pavilion. He made a breezy 41. And he's very severe on Michael Shalry. Shalry, 2 overs for 47 runs. So it's Jamal Lesmore again. He's into his 3rd over. And we bowling Simon. He's back. He plays it back along the track. Watchful. As well he might be, because there's no pressure really. But he's still just coming. He's just coming, and he still need to keep it ticking. Get Fletcher on. He bowls short, and he was trying to. He was on the back foot and trying to work it to the onside. It kind of rushed him a bit, and he'd be better advised to be on the front foot there. As Lesmore is in again, bowls, and he's got this one short, fine shot. He was shot outside the outside, and he cut it away between backward point and cover. Down to the boundary, it goes for 4. Elegant shot there from the little man, Tonya Simon, and he waited for this one, and he bounced on it, and he hit it through the offside between the 2 men in the cover field there, the one at backward point and the one at almost a straight extra cover for 4. This time he pulls it straight to the man behind square, and he's out caught. This one was short, and Simon was on the back foot and pulling at this one, and pulled it straight to the man, shot backward square, picking out the man there, and the Lions losing the 2nd wicket. Simon going, caught behind square, up the bowling of Lesmore, and he goes for 5.
And if no one then wide another wicket just goes.
It's caught by Michael Shalry.
Another wicket has fallen for the Castries Lions.
This one was a short delivery. And And this one was saying, hit me anywhere you want to. And seems that Simon was just a little too eager. Just a little too eager to dispatch this one. And maybe a little more elevation there, got it over the fielder's head, or anywhere to his left or his right could have given him a boundary, but he hit it straight to him, chest high, and the Lions losing their second wicket. So the score 76 for 2, and we only know about number 6, and the Lions are 76 for 2. The new batsman in is Dwight Thomas, another batsman who's been in good nick so far. So, Dwight Thomas, he'll be facing up to Lesmore. Lesmore's now gone around the wicket to the right-handed Thomas. And he goes, bowls, short and time back, and he cuts this one behind. Pointers going down to the boundary, 4 runs. First ball, a very juicy one outside the outside, just short. And Dwight Thomas was quickly onto the back foot and hammering it to the left of the man at backward point, and down to the boundary it went for 4. So the wickets are falling, not in bunches, the wickets are falling, but also the runs are also being piled up. So it's 80 for 2. As Les Morgan bowls, and Thomas goes for a mighty heave there. I'm not sure that this is quite needed now. And it took the inside edge and went to the man just behind square. And they didn't get a run, so the score remains on 80. It's 80 for 2 of some 12 overs. And in a while, you will be... Just welcome into the box, John Smith.
Score 80 for the loss of 2. 80 for the loss of 2.
So it's Gavin Seri to replace Craig Emmanuel from the Junior International end. In comes a shot, and Fletcher just held this one off to the ground for 6 more. So it's 6 runs there to Fletcher. This one is short there from Seri, and he just helped it over the boundary and went. And went out of the ground for 6. So the score moves on to 86. And takes Fletcher on to 34. So the Lions continue to bat on. The Lions continue to bat on. They wait for the ball to come in. As if Fletcher making good use of the short square boundaries. So the Lions have been enjoying a rich vein of form there right now. A number of maximums been hit by Johnson Charles and Andre Fletcher. So we just have a slight break as the ball comes in. Just a recap. The Lions, South Carolina Lions, winning the toss and batting. First to go is Johnson Charles. He was bowled by Lesmore for 41. He came up just 16 deliveries. And he was followed by Tonya Simon, who was caught by Michael Shalvey just behind square. Gain of the bowling of Lesmore. Short delivery, and he tried to hammer it behind square, and he hit straight to the field at square leg. So 2 wickets to go.
With the vehicle
the follow
of PB 5987, don't come and check me, not me. Who should the person go to?
Okay, so we're continuing on.
If you see your mirror have a little crack, go and check the fellas if the SPL should. Oh, never mind. No, not that. Oh gosh. Sorry. Come and check me. I'll send you my name.
And it's Seria again to Fletcher. Fletcher was winding up for the hit. Wind up for the hit. And comes Seri again to Fletcher. Bowls. Watch it go for outside the off stump. No balls. Oh, just missed this one. Fletcher was down the wicket there trying as a wide. Fletcher was down the wicket trying to hit over extra cover there, miss, and keeper Sabinas Emmanuel made a mess of it, and that would have been another wicket there to the Monrepo team, and that would have been a disaster there for the Lions. So it's Seri bowls short, and this one he hits it, and they go for a very quick single there. This one hit square of the wicket. Good stop there by the fieldsman. Threw back at the stump, hit the keeper's pads and ricocheted, and the batsman went through for a single. So, single there to the score is 88. 88 for 2. And it's Dwight Thomas now in strike, and it's Gavin Serie Jr. bowling to Dwight Thomas. He comes bowls, off spin slow, and this one Thomas trying to hammer it to the offside, missing. And maybe Thomas will be advised just to try and get the ball in the middle, just hit it around because Fletcher is already striking. He comes bowls, quicker one, and Thomas beaten outside the off stump there. And at the end of the over, finishing off very well, 2 or 3 good deliveries towards the end. So 88 for 2 to the Lions after 7 overs. Another 13 overs to go. And the current run rate, 12.57. Dwight Thomas is on 4, and Fletcher is on 35. Earlier, Johnson Charles got 41, and Tony Simon 5. So it's Lesmore bowling his final over. So far he has bowled 3 overs and picked up 2 for 14. Pretty tidy stuff so far. Taking into consideration the hammering the earlier bowlers got, the faster men got. And he'll be bowling to Andrew Fletcher. He can bowl to Fletcher. Fletcher back and trying to work his one fine. Missing and wide call by umpire St. Rose. Comes Lesmore, bowls. Fletcher is forward. Calls for a quick single. Emmanuel runs in. Oh, and the Spiceman is flawed there. But he's okay. Quick single, 90 for 2. Last evening, the Craft Masters had a good win over the Soufre Stumpers. An easy win, I would say. The crowd continues to build here. The next game will be the SPL VA4 North, VA4 Raiders versus, I just want to fix up the pads to the man on the mid-wicket boundary. Picked up a single. Take a score on to 91. I'm saying the next game is at 8:30. The late evening game will be between VA4 Raiders and Grosley Knights. As there's more balls, so Spiceman is on the defense. Is up to short mid-wicket. No run. 91 for 2. As Lesmore in his last over shot. And Spiceman just pick up a quick single there. Spiceman just dabbing it up into the offside, and Dwight Thomas responding. Another quick single. I think it's gone to 93. 92. 92 for 2. Lesmore. Oh, short. And Thomas on the back foot, and Hammond is running to the offside. Cannot beat Craig Emmanuel. Moving a bit to his right. This was making a little height. Thomas not capitalizing on this one. And the score remains on 92 for 2. On the final delivery of the spell from Lesmore, he bowls. And Thomas just pushes this one out in front of him, where the bowler picks up. And that's the end of his 4th over. 2 for 18. Very good figures there in the context of the game. Taking into consideration that the earlier faster men were hit to all parts of the ground, in and out. So it's 92 for 2. Fletcher on 37. Dwight Thomas on 5. Partnership of just 16 so far. Gavin Siri 1 over 8 runs. Lesmore just completing his 4 over quota. 2 for 18. So it will be Gavin Siri, and he'll be bowling to Andre Fletcher as the lights are being put on and with effect soon. Siri bowls outside the off stump and wide. The Spiceman just watch this one go through outside the off stump, but don't need to flirt with danger as Empire Alan Ashby calls wide as Siri is in again to Fletcher. And Fletcher just drives this one into the offside, where the man on the extra cover boundary picks up 1 run. 93 for 2. So just the loss of the 2 wickets there. The scoring has not really slowed down, but the coming of the slower bowlers, the batsmen just content to rotate the strike for now. Serious ball, and Thomas just hit this one over the man at me. You get 6 runs, another maximum. And again, just as I said, the batsman just taking it easy. Thomas probably hearing me and hit it over the boundary for 6, and that brings up the 100. 100 in the 12th over, 100 in the 9th over.
100 for the loss of 2.
100 for 2. Take Thomas on to 11. So in comes Serrier to Dwight Thomas, bowl outside your stump. He goes for a flashing drive there. Looks up at the Empire, almost to say that's a wide. But Alan Ashby will have none of it. It's Serrier again into Dwight Thomas, bowl. And this one he hits it hard down the ground on the awkward bounce there to Craig Emmanuel on the boundary. Maybe another fieldsman that I would have gone before. Just hit powerfully there by Dwight Thomas, and takes it to 101 now. 101 for 2. As the Serrier again bowls to Spiceman, and he feathers it down to short third man, where they run for a very quick single and takes the score to 103. 102, sorry. 102 for 2. Dwight Thomas had to be diving home. it's going to be, it looks like Shadrach Descat. Bowling change from the top end, the Molashik end. Descat will be replacing. Descat will be replacing Jamal Lesmo, the left arm spinner who completed its spell. 4 overs, 2 for 18. Shadrach Descat will be bowling to Fletcher. Comes in, bowls to Fletcher. This one, Fletcher is stepping into this one and looking to play an attacking shot, but at the end of the pull out of it as it stopped, kind of stopped and allowed it to go through to wicketkeeper Sabina Simanuel. So it's Shadrach Descat again bowling to Fletcher. Wide outside the off stump and so called by Empire St. Rose. 103 for 2. Fletcher is there now on 38. Dwight Thomas on 12. And comes Descat bowls. Fletcher driving outside the off stump and missing. Good delivery. This one just moving away of the seam a bit. $103 for 2. As it's Descat again running, just run through the crease. Dead ball signaled by Empire St. Rose. $103 for 2. Going over number 10, halfway stage. Descat bowling to Fletcher. Wide outside the off stump, very wide this one. One more to the score, 104 for 2. The Lions, Subcatchers Lions winning the toss and batting. In comes Descat, again he aborts his run. Spiceman just pulls away as Descat goes to remark his run. Just want to say hi to Yasmin Sintaj over in Atlanta, where they're taking part in the women's tournament. The manager of the current manager of the Subcatchers Lions team. I'm sure she's locked on right now. As he bowls and he hits it, almost took his head off there. This one, Fletcher was advancing and hit it straight back at Descat, and Descat had to get out of the way. And they picked up a single that came off the bat like a missile. But the man at the long off boundary restricted them to a single. 105 for 2. So Dwight Thomas settles as Descat runs in to Thomas. Back and across he goes. Keeps this one out. The bowler fields. No run. Score is kept on 105. Fletcher is on 40. Thomas on 12. So far, partnership building, 29. As we see Descat again, running away into bowl to Thomas. And Thomas hits it in the air, straight back it goes and into the boundary. 4 runs. This one was pitched up and Thomas was trying to go over the top. Didn't connect too cleanly, but still able to get it over the boundary line. The 2 men, the one at long on and the one at long off, a bit wide. and neither of the two could come across in time to prevent the boundary. So the runs keep flowing. 109 for 2. Thomas on 16. Astedo, bonus final delivery of the over, bowls, and Thomas just nudges it down to third man, backward point. The man from the third man region runs around and picks up single, but this one just bounced at Thomas a bit, and we have the strategic timeout after 10 overs. And at this point, it's the defending champions, the South Casuals Lions, batting. They are on 110 for 2, striking at 11 runs and over, with Andre Fletcher out on 40 and Dwight Thomas on 17. So as we see the coach, John Eugene, going out, along with 12th man Junior Peter and Nixon Edmund, going out to give some sort of instruction to the batsmen. And also we see Junior DeRose of the Monaco Union Finest also out there with the team.
So we halfway done, y'all. We halfway.
So just a quick recap. At the toss, the South Casuals Lions winning the toss and batting first when Johnson Charles scored right, and after a breezy knock of 41 of 16 deliveries from Charles, he was bowled by Jamal Lesmore. One he just played around, probably kept a little low. He was trying to muscle it over, somewhere over long off, missing, and he was bowled. In came Tony Simon, who stayed around for a couple of deliveries, and he got after executing exquisite square cut. He was dismissed. The very next ball caught behind square, short square for 5. But since then, Dwight Thomas and Andre Fletcher have picked up the pace. They have mixed defense with attack. And the score now on 110 for 2. 110 for 2 with a partnership of 34. Third wicket partnership of 34 so far. Just the bowling figures. Gavin Serie, 2 overs, none for 18. Shadrach Descat just came into the attack and bowled 1 over 8 runs. Also bowling today, we had Michael Shalry, 2 overs for 47 runs. And Jamal Leswell, we said he had 2 for 18 of his 4 overs. Craig Emmanuel bowled a solitary over for 19 runs. And Gavin Terrell earlier said he had 2 overs for some 18 runs. So we're about to resume. The strategic timeout has been concluded. And it's going to be Gavin Serie again. He's going to be picking it up again from the Ironora International Airport end. And he'll be bowled, and he hits Dwight Thomas. He's going back, will he be out caught? He's out caught on the line. He's out. First delivery after the break. Dwight Thomas trying to hit this one over long on. He's out caught on the boundary by Craig Emmanuel. And the Lions lose their 3rd wicket. Dwight Thomas going, caught Craig Emmanuel of the bowling of Gavin Serie for 17. The new batsman coming in is Akeem Ogis, a new buy for the South Casuals this season.
Has fallen again for our friends from South Castries. The score is now 110 for the loss of 3 wickets. The wicket of Dwight Thomas falling, Dwight scoring 17 runs.
Akeem Ogis has now joined the Spiceman Fletcher.
Andre Fletcher, he's currently on 40.
So it's Serie bowling to Fletcher now. A batsman cross with a good catch taken by Craig Emmanuel on the long on boundary. Serie bowls. This one hits it out into the offside. Man at backward point. No run. And we've been joined in online there by our one and only Mario Lawrence, the original Lion. He's locked in and supporting his Lions to the fullest. As Serie bowls outside the off stump it goes. Picked up by keeper Sabinas Emmanuel. So Mario Lawrence is saying that they're going to get to somewhere over 300, but Mario, that might be wishful thinking. But you never know. It's a game of cricket as Serie bowls, and the Spiceman just eases it out to long on where Craig Emmanuel fields, and he picks up another single. So the score moves on to 111 for 3. Double Nelson. So Hakeem Ogis, a youngster, made the West Indies youth team to England. Also made the national St. Lucia senior team. A very outstanding knock in the final game where he got 92. A saving knock for the St. Lucia team. And Serie bowls to, and just hits it down to long on, gets off the mark. Takes the score on to 112. And this one, he just feathers again, he's going down to the boundary, pick up one, they're coming back for the second, he's hustling home his Fletcher, and had the throw been a better one, Fletcher would have been struggling. So, two more to Fletcher. So at the end of the 11th over, it's 114 for 3, the South Castries Lions. So Fletcher is on 43. Hakeem Ogis was just come to join him. He's on 1. So it's a battle of the greens. The Lions versus the Pioneers. And the crowd continues to build slowly here at the Philip Marsley ground. Shadrach Descat from the Molashick end. He'll be bowling to Hakeem Ogis as he runs in to Hakeem. Short, and he pulls at this one. Off the top edge it goes, down to third man, one bounce. The man at third man, while his third man couldn't get around, and it goes into the boundary for 4. This one was short, and Ogis was into the pull short. Got off the top edge, and not a chance by any means, and went down to the boundary for 4. So the score moves on to 118 for 3. That takes Ogis up to 5. It's Descat again to Ogis, short, and pulls again on the leg side. Wide signal by umpire St. Rose. As Ogis goes down and does a little gardening. From our vantage point, Ogis looks very confident. Yes, just trying to settle himself. Under no pressure really. 119 for 3 in the 12th over. Descat into Ogis, full to the bat, and he hits it through it beats the man at mid wicket there, and they pick up a single. So it takes him on to 6, 120 for 3. Last night in the one game, the Super Stompers got to 140. To which the Shuja Craft Masters replied with 141. for 3 or 4? For 4. Dr. David Oliver, doctorate in scoring, just acknowledging. As Descat will be bowling to Fletcher outside the off stump. Fletcher just watches it go through. And then essays an extra cover drive. But Fletcher is a seasoned campaigner. Has represented the West Indies. So he knows what it's all about. So at this point, having lost 3 wickets, he's probably just trying to bat as deep as he can. As this Theodore Descat bowls, so he just plays it off the pads into the mid-wicket area. Picks up a single. Takes the score on to 121 and takes his personal score on to 44. So the Lions winning the toss on batting, 121 for 3. Descat as Ogis pulls away. Some field place. The captain was just adjusting the field, and Ogis just pulled away. And now he surveys the field, making sure that he knows where the fielders are. As is Descat into Ogis short, and he just helps this one around. I'll just take this one on the bounce there. A good effort there by Seri, it looks like. Yes, Ogis was just trying to help it around, not trying to hit it around, just trying to help it around, but able to get it as far down to the long leg boundary where Seri made a very good attempt to pull off what would have been an outstanding catch. As Descat again to Fletcher. This one goes off something. Let's wait to see. This one was short. It stopped on him and he was into the pull shot. And no signal. But Fletcher's just touching his shoulder there. But no signal from the umpire. So it comes to run to the batsman. This one was dug into the pitch and it stopped on Fletcher there and just dropping away from the fieldsman there. And another single takes him on to 45, 123 for 3. So after 12 overs, the Lions batting first, 123 for 3. So Fletcher is on 45, Akim Ogis is on 7. One of the new players bought by the Lions as Seri bowled short and he cuts this one past the man at backward point and has gone into the boundary for 4. This one was short outside the off stump and Fletcher just get it back and hammering it past the man at backward point. Had no chance and it went into the backward point boundary for 4. So that takes Fletcher on to 49 and the score on to 127 for 3. So the runs continues to come as it's Seri bowls short and he hammers again. This time it goes to man on his cover boundary, picks up and they get a single. So 128 for 3. Fletcher is on 50. 50 coming up unnoticed. Akim Ogis on 7. As a Seri into, and he's back on the middle of the bat there. This one kind of beat moving wells at extra cover. Back foot punch there from Akim Ogis. As a Seri into Ogis. This one it's a little quicker than Ogis is trying to run this one down to third man. The third man is in on the circle. Not making any contact. As Seri again into Ogis. Slower delivery. He's using his feet and hitting it down to long on. It's campaign. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. And they pick up a single. So take a score on 129 for 3. Fletcher is on 50. Ogis is on 8. Another partnership building up on 19 runs, as you see. Serie Bowles, this one you just watches it go outside the All-Star and wide. Wide called by umpire Ashby. Takes the score on 230. 133. 130 for 3, sorry. This time he just dabs it and they offer a single. Good intelligent batting by Fletcher, showing all his experience in the world there. 131 for 3. Takes his score on to 51. Serie 4 overs, combinations 4 overs. None for 4 overs, 1 for 30. Descartes on the other hand has bowled 2 overs, none for 17. We may be having John Smith on in the commentary panel in a bit to give you some running commentary. Oh, okay. This time it's short and Fletcher just paddles this one around. Into the boundary it goes for 4. This one was short from Theodore. Heading down the leg side and Fletcher, a la Darren, just paddles it around. The man shot backward square, couldn't get around, and it goes into the boundary for 4. Takes Fletcher on to 55 and the score on to 135 for 3. And just recently Fletcher was representing the police at the police tournament, and he ended up with the most runs in the police tournament, and he's back here. Last year he got the most runs in the SPL. This one down the leg side wide. 136 for 3. 136 for 3. So Descartes. Ball short and he pulls it around and that goes for 4. 4 runs. This one from Descartes was short, a half tracker, short, and Fletcher with all the ease in the world. Just hit it to the right of the man on the mid-wicket boundary, almost straightish mid-wicket boundary, down to the boundary for 4, taking him on to 59 and the score to 140 for 3. Descartes again from the Mola cheek end. Bowling to Fletcher. He can bowl up to the bat, go and drive through the offside. But there's a man on the extra cover boundary and they go through for a single. This time he was up to the bat and Fletcher was equal to it, driving exquisitely through extra cover. But there was a man on the extra cover boundary, so he only able to pick up 1, takes him on to 60. 141 for 3. We're into over number 14, so 6 overs left after this one. As Theodore bowls. And this one he flicks it easily over the boundary it goes. That's 6 runs. And that was an exquisite shot there from the young Akim Ogis. This one was pitched up on the pads. And Ogis, with all the wrist work in the world, just flicked this one over square leg. Into the crowd it went. And 6 more runs to the total. 147 for 3. This takes Ogis on to 14. And the batsmen making good use of the square boundaries are very short. And I was saying earlier that even I could probably muster 6 here at the Philip Master ground. So the runs continues to flow. $147 for 3. Fletcher on 60. Akim Ogis is on 14. The 2 have put on 37 so far. As it's Descartes again. Bowling to Ogis. This time is up to the body drive. Handsomely through the offside. It goes 4 more runs. My goodness, what a shot. This one was pitched up to the bat this time, and Ogis was getting that right foot out to the pitch of the ball and driving all along the ground, all along the carpet, as we say it, through extra cover. 4 more runs, 4 more lovely runs to Ogis. Takes him on to 18, and the Lions on to 151 for 3. So it's Descartes into Ogis, short, and again this time off the edge, and oh, good stop by the man on the third man boundary, and they're coming back, and he might be running, run out. My goodness, what a way to get out. There was not a second run there. This one, first of all, very good fielding by the man on the third man boundary, and Hakeem Ogis calling for a second. There was no way there. He was struggling all along, and we see Ogis being run out there, run out for 18. So the Lions lose their 4th wicket, and the new batsman coming in, calling us calendar. So another wicket goes down by the run-out route. So the new batsman in is the hard-hitting Colinas Calendar. And probably Calendar coming in at the right time with 6 overs remaining. Still enough time for him to play himself. There's no need to go helter-skelter at this point. $152 for 4. And we see Craig Emmanuel being reintroduced. And this one off the edge, driving outside the awesome base. Fletcher off the edge, and he's dropped by the man on the third man boundary and goes into the boundary now. 4 runs. This one was wide outside the awesome. Fletcher having a go at it, peeled off the edge as far as the man on the third man boundary. Made a valiant attempt, dive into his left, but only succeeded in getting the ball into the boundary for 4. 156 for 4. So Craig Emmanuel coming back for his second spell. His first over cost him 19 runs. And he bowled into Fletcher, and can bowls. This time he tries to hammer it to the offside. Hits it hard into the ground, and the bowler runs all the way down. Picks up, but not before the batsman run through for a single. 156 for 4. 157 for 4. Fletcher is on 65. Calendar yet to open his account. So Calendar takes his guard. $157 for 4. Let's see, settles. Emmanuel runs in, bowls to Calendar, short, and he lets it go as umpire Arne calls wide. This one was short. So the score 158 for 4. Fletcher is there now on 65. Calendar yet to open his account as Emmanuel bowls to Calendar now. And he just want to turn it off the pads. He pick up 1. As the bowler runs all the way down to a short mid-wicket position. And Calendar is off the mark. 159 for 4. The score 159 for 4. We're into over number 15. So Craig Emmanuel from the International Airport end bowling to Fletcher. Wide outside here, so many cuts. And the man at backward point using the foot there. It ricochets off the foot down to the man on the extra cover boundary. And they pick up another single. This one was short and wide outside the off stump. Another single takes the score to 160 for 4. With Fletcher not out on 66. Calendar on 1. As it's Craig Emmanuel bowling to Calendar. Can bowl short down the leg side. And Fletcher calls him through for a single. Wide signal by umpire Ashby. Takes the score to 161. 161 for 4. Still 5 overs to go after this one. Emmanuel again into Fletcher. Down the leg side, it goes down the leg side there. No call from the umpire. Probably flicked something on its way through. Score remains on 162 for 4. 162 for 4. We're into over number 15. Range over number 15, 162 for 4. There goes Craig Emmanuel to Fletcher. And he just feathers this one down to third man. Picks up a single. Takes him on to 67. And the score on to 163 for 4. So batsman gone to date. Johnson Charles for 41. Tonya Simon went for 5. Also Akeem Ogis, he was run out for 18. And Dwight Thomas also departed early on. So it's Descat bowling his final over of the spell. He has 3 overs, none for 38 so far. And he'll be bowling to Fletcher, who is on 67. Outside the off stump, a little pace on this one. Fletcher trying to hammer it through the offside. Goes just over the top edge. And taken by wicketkeeper Sabinas Emmanuel. 163 for 4. We're into over number 16. As it's Shadrach Descat running away to Fletcher. Outside the off stump. This one keeping a little low. Fletcher having a go at this one. And as we go on, the crowd continuing to build. As we get into the late Saturday afternoon. It's Descat. He'll be bowling to Fletcher. Bowls. This one, Fletcher down the track and having a big heave at this one and missing. Looking to hit this one somewhere up into the Mola Sheikh area. score kept on 163. 3 dot balls so far. So a decent over so far. Kept the batsman quiet for 3 balls. As again, Descott just runs through the crease. So it's Descott to Fletcher. And he was trying to run this one down to third man. Got a thin edge and just caught by the keeper. So Fletcher goes. Caught behind for 67. So we see the end of Fletcher. Well played inning. Fletcher 67. This one was short outside the off stump. And Fletcher just trying to run it down to third man. And it got the edge and it's caught behind for 67. So 5 wickets down now, 163 for 5. And the new batsman in is Lee Solomon. Lee Solomon, the new batsman.
And the wicket that has fallen belongs to Andre Fletcher.
So, still another 4 overs and 2 balls remaining. So still enough time to get over 200 runs. And if Collins' calendar at the crease, so here it goes. Descott picking up his first wicket, 1 for 38. And he's in his final over. Another left-hander. Lee Solomon just dominated the Sandals under-19 tournament with some 3 centuries. That's Descott into Son off the edge it goes and it's gone for 6. First ball shot and Lee Solomon's into the pull shot. Off the top edge it went. It carried it over the boundary ropes. Another maximum. 6 more to the total. 169 for 5. So Solomon getting off the mark with the maximum. At one point I thought it was going to carry to the man on the fine leg boundary. It was too far away to his left. So it's Theodore Shadrach Descott again into Lee Solomon. Short. This one he cuts it through the offside. But there's a man on the cover boundary. And they run through for a single. So the score goes up to 170 for 5 after 16 overs. So it's in this over we saw the fall of Fletcher for 67. So at the crease is Lee Solomon on 7. Collins' calendar is on 1. So it'll be Craig Emmanuel the bowl. And he'll be bowling to Lee Solomon. As I said earlier, Lee Solomon, he dominated the Under-19 tournament, the National Under-19 tournament sponsored by Sandals. Had some 3 centuries. And I guess he'd want to put his market, but he hasn't got much time. 4 overs to go. 24 deliveries, legal deliveries that is. As we see Craig Emmanuel trying to make sure that his fieldsmen are where he would like them to be. As he runs into bowl to Lee Solomon. Bowl shot, and Solomon was looking to play at this one and then change his mind about it, allow it to go through to the keeper. 170 for 5. So Craig Emmanuel from the Hero International end, bowling to Lee Solomon. Solomon was just trying to dab it off into the offside, but only succeeded in getting it back along the track. 170 for 5. Another change being made by Craig Emmanuel, bringing the man from the backward point boundary or the cover point boundary and sends out the man onto the mid-wicket boundary. He comes in, bowls, and he just dabs it out, and they go for a quick single, throws and misses, and it goes, and they could get an extra run there, but no, Solomon turns it down. But a good bit of fielding there by the man, it looked like Jamal Lesmore, hitting the stumps there, ricocheting way onto the other side of the field, but the batsman just happy to pick up a single. 171 for 5. Lee Solomon, he moved on to 8. Calendar is still there, he's on 1. And has not faced many deliveries. One. As Emmanuel to Calendar. He flicks it off the pad. That's 4 runs. This one was on the pads, and Calendar, all the ease, just got over this one and all along the ground. Just worked it off the pads, behind square, down to the boundary for 4. So the score moves on to 175 for 5. 175 for 5. Calendar goes on to 5. As Emmanuel, 2 into his third over, he has number 35. Into Calendar he goes, bowls, and this one hits it straight, and that's gone. That's gone over the boundary for maximum. 6 runs to Calendar. And this one, Emmanuel was more in the half of Calendar. And Calendar said, thank you very much. And hit it over long on for 6. Taking the score to 187 for 5. And Calendar, 181 for 5. And Calendar on to 11. So Craig Emmanuel again. Bowling to Calendar, bowls short. And Calendar is trying to wide. Empire Ashby now singling wide. 182. And this one was short and wide, and Calendar was playing what I would probably call try to play more like a forehand tennis shot to this one. So 182 for 5. Emmanuel bowls short outside the off stump, and Calendar trying to slash it through the offside, not making contact, and go through to the keeper, Sabinas Emmanuel. So after 17 overs, Soft Catches Lions 182 for 5. So another 3 overs to go. So it's 182 for 5. And we have a bowling change from the top end. Number 6. So Michael Shallery, who had a rough beginning, 2 overs 47. He has been brought back on. And he'll be bowling to Lee Solomon, who is not out on 8. So, Shalry, hoping that he can do a little better this time around. And he comes in bowls short and wide. And they pick up a single. So, 184 for 5. We're into over number 18. $184 for 5. Michael Shalry. This time he'll be bowling to Colinas Calendar, who is on 11. Comes in, bowl. Down the leg side, go wide down the leg side. Goes down to the boundary. Pick up Empire St. Rose, calls wide. And they pick up the single, so the extra run. 186 for 5. In the first year of the SPL, Michael Shalry was on the books of the, or in the squad of the Lions. Since then, he has been traded, or he was bought over by the Monrepo Pioneers. And he comes Bozoli. Outside the outside, he goes wide, another wide. 187 for 5. And Lions inching closer and closer to the 200 mark. The Shalry has also crossed the half-century mark. In his third over, he's already considered some 52 runs. Shalry down the leg side, another wide. 188. 188 for 5. So the extras are playing its part. Some 20 extras. Extras making a good contribution. As Shalry in bots his run. So I'm pretty sure Mario Lawrence over there in the US will be pretty pleased with the total so far. As we see Shalry bowls to Solomon, he just dabs out in the offside and picks up a single. Gets the hard-hitting Calendar on strike. Takes him on to 9. 189 for 5. And Lions inching closer and closer to the 200 mark. So it's Shalry into Calendar. And he whips it off the path. They take one. He might come back for a second. They're coming back for the second Calendar. And he's home. So 2 more runs there to Calendar. And 2 more runs to the total. 191 for 5. Caught Calendar on 13. So it's Shalry to Calendar. And this one, he hits this one. Where is it gone? It's gone over the bowler's head and into the boundary. It goes for 4. So takes the score to 195. And Calendar on to 17. So Shalry again into Calendar. So 60 runs so far conceded in his 3 overs. Shalry into Calendar. And Calendar just nudges out the path behind square. They run for 1. He's coming back for his second. 2 more to Calendar. Take him on to 19. And the score on to 197. Yes, and as the Lions approach 200, maybe one of the bigger totals in SPL to date, as it's short, and this one has Calendar just rocking back some chin music there. 197, as we have our statistician just checking to see what the highest total has been in the SPL to date. But the Lions just threatening 200 as we speak. As Shalry into Calendar. Outside the outside is wide. And Calendar following this one. Taking this score to 198. So Calendar is on 19, Solomon is on 9. Current run rate of 11.1. And the Lions have been very steady throughout. 10, 11 runs per over. Short, and he cuts this one. Oh, over the boundary goal for 6. This one was shot outside the awesome from Shalry. Calendar rocking onto the back foot and hammering it over backward point for 6 and brings up the 200. It's 204 for 5. And takes Calendar on to 25. And Shalry, unenviable figures of 3 overs, none for 69. So we're into over number 19, penultimate over. 204 for 5, and the CEO just making mention that might be the highest total to date. He just making a quick check. But we'll have you that information pretty soon. But certainly the highest for the third edition to date. This time he hammers it down the ground is Lee Solomon. 205 for 5. Solomon on 9. Calendar on 25. So Calendar, he'll be facing up to Emmanuel. Emmanuel has gone for 43 so far. So it's Emmanuel to Calendar. Short and quick, and Calendar just nods as it goes over the head. And I'm sure Calendar will say, okay, it's you up front, I'm next. I'm going to register that at the back of my mind when you come in. So it's 205 for 5. As it's Emmanuel again. And he'll be bowling to shot, slow delivery, and he hits it over the long on boundary for 6. Calendar showing his power, as this was a slow delivery from Emmanuel. And Calendar just picked it up and deposited it over long on, way over long on for 6. Taking him on to 31. To 16. So the Lions well on course. This one is beaten outside the off stump. Lions well on course. The highest total 216 for 7 by the Shozel Craft Masters against the Mawia Valley Renegades. That was in June 2018. 216, and the Lions are 211, so they're very much on course to go past that. As we see, as we see Craig Emmanuel bowling to Collins Calendar. This one he was advancing and Emmanuel using all the guile, just pitches one short and wide, and Calendar not being able to get a bat on it. Score remains on 211 for 5. Craig Emmanuel just one away from his bowling half century as well. As Calendar settles, he's on 31. Emmanuel bowls, and this time he has a big heave at this one and missing. And the score remains on 211 for 5. So we're into the final over, and it will be bowled by let's see who's going to. Let's see if the captain is going to. Captain normally has a golden arm. So it's 211 for 5. Just 5 runs away from the all-time record for the league so far. No, it was. They had to until that. So the captain is entrusting himself to bowl the final over of the inning. And he'll be bowling to Lee Solomon. He bowls short, down the leg side and wide. So the extras contributing a healthy 22 to 212 for 5. In come moving Wells to Lee Solomon. He goes and beats the keeper and goes down to the boundary. Wide, 4 wides. So it's now 217 and they've gone past the 216 made by the 216 made by Craft Masters, and also the 50-run partnership between Collins Calendar and Lee Solomon. Yes, and looks like the wide disease has been caught by the captain, being spread by Shalry, as Wells into bowl him. And as I said, the young man has a golden arm. Lee Solomon goes, bowled by Moving Wells. So with 5 deliveries remaining, let's see who's going to be set. And Gabriel, the veteran Xavier Gabriel, better known as the oil, goes out to the middle. So we just saw the dismissal of Lee Solomon, being bowled by Moving Wells. Ball just clipping the stump as it went through. Solomon was swinging to the St. Vincent region. So Gabriel took on the oil as Wells bowled. And he goes for a big heave and almost bowled as we Moving Wells holding the head. As Gabriel is now asking to take the helmet away. Figures that he's better served without it. .217 for 6. Wells into Gabriel. And he has another big heave and missing. .217 for 6. as Wells into Gabriel. It's on the drive. And it went through for a quick single there. Wrong end. But finally, Gabriel gets some bat under the ball. Taking this count to 218. And it's 218 for 6. Gabriel is on 1. Calendar is not out on 31. He has been striking the ball to all parts. As Wells bowls, and he swings it high. That's gone. Where's it gone? It's gone over the boundary for 6. Another slow delivery there from Wells, and Calendar, as we said earlier, showing his power and hitting this one over long off by a long way for another 6. So it takes him on to 37 and the score on to 224 with the final delivery of the inning. Comes Wells to Calendar, and he hits it through the onside, looking for 1, they'll come back, and it goes into the boundary for 4. Bad misfield there by the man on the mid-wicket boundary. 4 takes the score to 228 for 6. So the final total, South Catches Lions 228 for 6. We'll have a recap in a while. So Monrepo will have to get 229 in 20 overs. I'll just quickly go through the so we just wait as we get the inning of South Catches inning. Andre Fletcher, he was caught. Sabinas Emmanuel bowled Descat for 67. Johnson Charles, Andre Fletcher 67. He was caught. Andre Fletcher, he was caught. Sabinas Emmanuel bowled Shadrach Theodore for 67 of 44 deliveries. Johnson Charles, he was bowled Jamal Lesmo for 41 of 16 deliveries. Tonya Simon, he was caught. Michael Shelby bowled Jamal Lesmo for 5. Dwight Thomas, he was caught. Craig Emmanuel of Garvin Seri for 17. Akeem Ogis, he was run out for 19. Colinas Calendar, he was not out on 41. Lee Solomon, he was bowled moving Wells for 10. And Xavier Gabriel, he remained not out on 1. For the bowling, Michael Shalry had none for 69 of 3. Jamal Lesbog 2 for 18 of 4. Craig Emmanuel none for 49 of 4. Gavin Seri 1 for 30. Shadrach Descat 1 for 45. And Mervyn Wells 1 for 17. So as we leave you at the Philip Master Ground after the first innings break, with the defending champions of Catches Lions getting to 228 for 6 in their allotted 20 overs. We'll be back in the next 10 minutes.
Can't really bump over there. No tell it a big story. Story. Yes, nowadays it's story. No story.
If you're driving PJ 6555 and PB 7751, go and check on your vehicle now. If you're driving PJ 6555 or PB 7751, go and check on your vehicle now. No story.
You mother. Me God, what a thing, what a killer. No tell it a big story. Story. Yes, nowadays it's story. No story. Any girl, well, I see the light. I see the light. Ukapale ubasa, I see the light, girl. See the money, girl. You just have to get on and sit down on it. I see the light, girl. Ukapale ubasa, I see the light. See the money, girl. You just have to get on and sit down on it. Hold on. Sawadi, mama Sawadi. Sawadi, Sawadi, mama Sawadi. Sawadi. The way you roll and you shake, and G like man, why don't you quit? You happy when things look like they're in a state. You make it stay still while making it vibrate. How you doing that? How you define gravity? How we making people smile like charity? How we sweeter than a lollipop cavity? Let me go down on my knees and marry me. Sawadi, mama Sawadi. Sawadi, mama Sawadi. Top right, hey numb, you ever, yeah, she like man we ride, big ride, this man we ride, top right, she like man we ride, big ride, this man we ride, top right,
big ride, make her come inside when she see the gas stick. Her eyes open wide, she like how I drive the bell motor car. The bell motor car is
big ride, all the girls them a big ride, top right, by the time she like man we ride, big ride, this man we ride, top right, she like man we ride,
this one's for you. You girl, I like the way that you move, girl. You look good, girl, like me, mama, cool, girl. You girl, I like the way that you move, girl. You look good, girl, I love the things that you do, girl. You're in high, sweet like honey. Every time you pass by my eye, run down your body. Love the thick size and the shape of your body. Not tell no lie, girl, you look like Beyonce. Always stay fly like a brand new pair of Nike. Girl, bring the vibe to get the hell down, so that you so spicy. You got me whole body fire, the hey, baby. And I said, hey, down diggy, down diggy. This one's for you. You girl, I like the way that you move, girl. You look good, girl, like me, mama, cool, girl. You girl, I like the way that you move, girl. You look good, girl, I love the things that you do, girl. Hot like fire, you me require. You smile and you stylish, well, attire, sexiness. When you dress, make you sharp as my fire. For beauty contest, number one on the fire, man, them ready every day. You will get tired if your body was for sale. I'll be the best fire. Hey, baby, listen, baby, my baby. Hey, down diggy, down diggy. Down diggy. This one's for you. You girl, I like the way that you move, girl. You look good, girl, like me, mama, cool, girl. You girl, I like the way that you move, girl. You look good, girl, I love the things that you do.
second innings, where the Monterey Pioneers will try to make 229 runs to claim victory tonight in 20 overs. Monterey, where you there? All right. What about the South Tax Street Lions? South Tax Street, where you there? Michael, thank God for you. I ain't gonna lie, that's one thing I look forward to. I know you always repping. Always repping. We there!
From my riches, I need to shot. I took already. I see a sexy girl, I want to walk already. I drink a bowl, get buckle around already. I don't take a selfie, step from already.
Well, one wicket has already fallen. Innings still fresh. We'd like to remind the players to prepare the pavilion for the next team coming in. Players, do remember, team members, team managers, remember to prepare the pavilion for the next team coming in.
Okay, welcome back to the Philip Marsley ground, where you've just seen the dismissal of Shervin Charles, caught first ball by Colinas Calendar. So the Lions striking first blood. The new batsman is Gavin Serrier. So, Xavier Gabriel picking up the wicket with his first delivery. Gabriel to Seri, and this one with a little bit of pace and venom there. Goes through to wicketkeeper Fletcher. Fletcher collecting near his elbows there. So Monroe needing to score 229 for victory. In comes Gabriel to Seri. This one is beaten outside the off stump. Goes past the edge and through to keeper Fletcher. Just shouting out Yasmin Setaj out in Atlanta again. Maybe you could just let us know how things went in terms of the games today. As Gabriel bowls again, he's beaten outside the off stump. So Monipo needing to score 229 for victory. And again, series beaten by Gabriel. Just pitch about just about on the off stump and moving further away. So it's Gabriel from the Mola Chic end, bowling to Siri, bowl, and this one is beaten again. And it's like Gabriel bowling to someone with a broomstick out there. So Monipo batting 1 wicket down with no runs on the board. So from the international rule end, international airport end, it will be Siobhan Leo, another new addition to the Lions team, and he'll be bowling from the international airport end. Sabinas Emmanuel will be taking strike as Leo bowls, and this one is down the leg side, and wide signal by umpire Ashby. And this one is dropped by Dwight Thomas there at backward point. This one was hit straight to Dwight Thomas, and Thomas putting it down, so chance goes a begging and to pick up a single. So series settles as Leo bowls to short, and this one there seems to be a little confusion out there. The keeper Fletcher thinks that there was a nick onto it, but this one was quick and short and quick from Leo. And Seri was trying to play the hook shot, but he was in no position to play such a shot. So it's 2 runs for 1 wicket. Went over number 2. Leo bowling to Seri, bowls. This one, full delivery and no ball. And hit over the pavilion for 6. So maximum there to Seri, and also no ball call. So looked like Leo was trying to go for the slow delivery there, but Seri equal to it and hit it over the pavilion for 6. So it's 9 for 1. Nine for 1. Leo from the airport end. Ball into Seri. Here he goes. Leo to Seri. Oh, this was a slow delivery there. And Seri was beaten. All ends up. So not making much of it from this free hit. Not really benefiting from the free hit. And score remains on 9-1. As we see Leo again into Seri. And he drive. And it's caught! Caught again by Calendar. Calendar catches it at mid-off. This one is Solidary and Seri driving at this one. And Calendar made no mistake there. One of the safest hands on the field. And Monipo loses the second wicket. Seri goes, caught Calendar for 6. So it's 9-2. And the new batsman coming in is the captain himself. So Skipper Wells has very big responsibility now. Leo has picked up 1 wicket so far, 1 for 9. Gabriel has picked up 1 wicket without any runs conceded. Leo into Wells, bowls. Oh, quick delivery, and he pulls this one. Falls just short of the man at mid-on there, and they're trying to go in for 2. There might be a run out, but he gets in. Not a good throw there from Dwight Thomas, it looks like. And a no ball call. So another free hit. So the score moves on to 12-2. In comes Leo, ball, and he fixes one off the pad, has gone over the ground, over the pavilion. That's 6 runs to Wells. This one was pitched up there, free hit. And Wells hitting it on the full, out of the ground, and 6 more. So it's come on to 18-2. So Leo will have to think about it as Leo runs through the crease. And umpire signals dead ball as Leo running into bowl to Wells. Bowls now. This one is down the leg side. Wide goal. And goes down to the boundary for 4. So Leo a bit erratic now. Just like if we could compare when the Lions batted, we had Shalry going for quite a few in his first 2 overs. He ended up 47 in his first 2 overs. And we have almost a repeat here with Leo, some 23 runs so far just in his first over. So it's Leo bowling to Wells, and he can bowls, full to the bat. Oh, it picks up. Oh, and that was very close there. This one was hit to the man at mid-wicket, and they took off for the single. Dwight Thomas was herring in. With just one stump to aim at, underarm, and just to miss. So at the end of the second over, it's 24 for 2. So it's 24 for 2 after the second over. Don't forget the magical figure, 229. So another 205 runs required. And 18 overs to get that from. So it's Xavier Gabriel from the Molachik end. And he'll be bowling to Mervyn Wells, who is on 9. Comes Gabriel to Wells. He hits it. Oh, just to the left of the man at backward point is Keegan Arnold. They pick up a single. So Mervyn Wells is saying that, hey, I'm going to go down with my boots. I'm not going to go down line with my boots on. So we have Xavier Gabriel from the Molachik end. Bowls to Emmanuel. He just works it off the body. They came off the pad. Yes. The leg by. So it takes the score on to 26 for 2. And don't forget, we have the Nagico maximums and the loose leg power boundaries. As Xavier bowls to Wells, and Wells tries to whip it off the hip there, not making contact. So we've had quite a few Nagico maximums, as well as loose leg power boundaries. Right now we're looking at Xavier Gabriel. He has picked up 1 wicket so far. 1 for 1. Veteran in his own right as he runs into Bowles to Wells. Bowles, and this one is short and a bit pacey there, and Wells trying to hit it off the front foot there. But a little too quick for him there. Going past the edge. And the score remains on 26 for 2. So we just saw Sabinas, Emmanuel and Mervyn Wells having a mid-wicket conference. Let's see Gabriel running into bowl to Wells. And this one, he turns it off the pads. The man on the square leg boundary. And he pick up a single. 27 for 2. Just want to make mention of some of our sponsors after the delivery, as Gabriel into and he doesn't bowl. Dead ball, Cigar by Empire St. Rose. Our major partners, Digital, the title sponsor, Ministry of Sports, powered by partner, Lucelec, the power boundary, Nagico, the Nagico maximums, and Winners TV, our broadcast partners. I'll get to our other partners in a while. As Gabriel to Emmanuel, he goes for a big heave there and missing. At the end of the third over, pretty good over from Gabriel. Just 2 runs off this over. So it's 27 for 2. And our other partners, Crick Clubs, Computer and Business Services, Scott Sports and Awards, Aerial Print, Leonora Gardens, Blue Waters, and the team owners, Stroudel Cooperative Credit Union, Monroe Credit Union, South Castles Cricket Association, Avatar Health Inc., Club Whispers, while the media, RCI, The Wave, NBC Real FM, Blazing FM, and Yo Magazine. So immediately a change from the airport end. It looks like Keegan Arnold is coming on, the left arm spinner. So Keegan Arnold is replacing Siobhan Leo, who went for 23 off his first over. So Captain Johnson Charles just making some adjustments to the field. So it's Keegan Arnold. There he goes around the wicket bowls, and Wells just comes forward, pushes back along the track. Very good first ball there from Keegan, right on the money. Arnold again, round the wicket he goes, bowls to Wells. Wells comes forward, again on target. But Wells knows that every dot ball the pressure builds. Still at 202 runs to get. And every dot ball the run rate rises. Arnold bowls and he works off the bars at Thomas in quickly, but cannot prevent the single. 28 for 2. We're in over number 4. So Emmanuel now on strike, left-handed Emmanuel. Open the inning, he's on 1. Arnold bowls. And this one, yeah, it looks like he's out. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. A brilliant bit of summon by Fletcher. He was beaten and the back foot was in the air. And Fletcher had the balls off in a flash. So Monipo losing the 3rd wicket there. Emmanuel stumped off the bowling of Keegan Arnold for 1. And out comes Craig Emmanuel, former national, former Wounded Islands player. So it's 28 for 3. Monipo just losing their 3rd wicket. Sabinas Emmanuel stumped brilliantly by Fletcher. So new batsman in, Craig Emmanuel. One Emmanuel replaces another. Quick delivery and this one quick, and Gabriel just overrunning the ball there and giving the batsman a single. Single always on. Quicker delivery from Arnold, and Emmanuel just dabbing it behind point and picking up a single. So 29 for 3. Arnold bowls to and a loud appeal. He's out, he's given out, he's out. This one was full. Wells trying to heave it over the top, missed, and is out. LBW. So another wicket goes. Monipo losing their 4th wicket. Captain Wells goes. LBW to Arnold for 4. So the change paying off. The change paying off. So the new batsman in is Shadrach Descat. As we see the VA4 Raiders team making their way to the far side. Making their way to the warm-up area. Decked out in the green and red. And the Lions jumping all over the Monroe Pioneers here this evening. First of all, they batted the bowling 228 for 6, and now they are jumping on the batters. They are now 29 for 4. So Gabriel just running through, but Craig Emmanuel not quite ready. So it's Gabriel in to Emmanuel. This one is short. Emmanuel back and across. And goes into the offside where he's fielded there by Kester Shalmine. 30 for 4. So Shadrach Tescat take first ball. Gabriel bowls. Oh, shot delivery. And Tescat just rocks back as it allows it to go through to the keeper. So it's 30 for 4. Xavier Gabriel, as Shadrach Tescat just pulls away, stops Gabriel in his tracks. Gabriel strides in, bowls 2, and that's wide down the leg side. Fletcher making a partial stop. So 2 more runs to the total there. 32 for 4. Gabriel again from the Morashik end. Bowling 2. Craig Emmanuel, and this time a slow delivery there. Emmanuel's trying to get in behind this one. Missed. Struck on the pan. A loud appeal from the Lions players. But umpire sent Rose and moved. This one was a slow delivery there from Emmanuel. Slow delivery to Emmanuel from Gabriel, it looked like. So Monipo struggling a bit on 32 for 4 as Gabriel bowls. This another shot and pacey delivery there, and Emmanuel's looking to attack it from the back foot. Goes through to keeper Fletcher. Score remains on 32 for 4. And the next game, yes, there's a next game this evening. It will be the Grosley Knights up against the V4 Raiders. Let's see what they're going to raid tonight. So this one, Gabriel has Emmanuel in defense. No run. $32 for 4. As it's Gabriel running in again to Emmanuel. This one short, he pulls it away, and it's gone down to the boundary for 4. This one was short, and he hammered it past Dwight Thomas at mid-wicket, down to the boundary for 4. So the score moves up by 4 to 36 for 4. So it's Arnold going to be bowling from the airport end. And the song was saying put a ring on it. Let's see He's going to put a ring on the batsman. So it will be Shadrach Descott to take strike. As he bowls round the wicket short. And he cuts it again. Oh, just over the head of Dwight Thomas. And down to the boundary for 4. This one was short. Outside the autumn, he got back and cracked it to Dwight Thomas there at just behind point on the offside there. And Thomas not able to come up with a catch. 40 for 4. As it's Arnold into Theodore. And this one he hammers to the offside. And it's Gabriel making the stop there. Or is it Leo? It's Gabriel. And the batsman go through for a single. 41 for 4. Arnold again. This one up to the bat. Into the offside. Picks up a single. Fielded there by Gabriel again. Backward point. So the score moves on to 42 for 4. As it's Arnold again. To Theodore, this one he cuts. Looking for the single is Craig Emmanuel. Could be the fielding by Thomas this time. As it is Arnold again to Theodore. This time he's flashing outside the off stump there. Goes to the keeper Fletcher. Arnold, sporting number 21 on his shirt. Into Descott, and he goes, hits it in the air, straight down the ground. It's gone for 4. This one was a lot closer to him, outside the off stump. He got the left foot to got the right foot to the pitch of it and hit it straight down over long on for 4. So it's 46 for 4 after 8 overs. So, another bowling change will be Kester Shalmine taking over from Xavier Gabriel. So, Shalmine from the Mola Chicken into bowl to Gabriel. Bowls to Emmanuel, sorry. He drives into the offside. Straight to captain Johnson Charles. No run. 46 for 4. In comes Shalmine again to Emmanuel. He drives down to long off, where it's Simon who fields. Just 1 run. As he lobs the return back to Shalmine. 47 for 4. Still another 182 runs to get. There goes Shalmine. And this time goes to a big swing. There is Shadrach Descott and missing. Descott eyeing somewhere in the Molashik area there. So Gabriel, Shalmine to Descott. Then he drives through the offside. That's gone through the offside. That's 4 runs. Lovely shot there from Descott. This time Shalmine was pitching up outside the off stump. And Descott was driving through the offside for 4. The 50 is up for Monrepo. 51 for 4. 50 up in the 7th over. As it's Charlemagne again. Bowls to Descott. This time he hits it up to long off where Gabriel fields all along the ground. They take a single. Descott moves on to 14. Emmanuel is on 8. 52 for 4. So in comes Charlemagne. Bowls to Emmanuel, who advances and has a heave, but missing. So at the end of the over from Charlemagne, 6 runs coming from this over. 52 for 4. Don't forget the Lions, Subconscious Lions batted first and got to 228 for 6. And we see another bowling change. Calling us Calendar. Calendar left arm seamer. He made 41 not out in his turn at the crease. As Johnson Charles, the captain, just makes adjustments to the field. Calendar bowls this time. He just turns it off the body. Pick up 1. Calendar is bowling left arm over. Hey. This one is short. And it's hit all to the ground. 6 runs. This one is short from Calendar. And Emmanuel's on the back foot waiting. And struck it over mid-wicket for 6. Takes the score on to 59. So, Manuel moves on to 14. So as they get the replacement ball, as we have just a little break in play. As it's Calendar to Emmanuel, and he just a no ball call by umpire Ashby. So it's a free hit. Not a very good start for Calendar. As we see the Grosley Knights just making their way to the far side. As Calendar into Descott. And Descott missing outside the house stump, so not benefiting. So it's Calendar. This one is in the air. Will it be out caught? Fletcher takes the catch and Descott goes after. Yes, hit this one up into the air. Caught there by Fletcher. So Monroe loses yet another wicket. 61 for 5. Yes, 61 for 5. And the new man in, Rohan Lesmore. So another wicket. Another wicket goes down for the Pioneers. 61 for 5. Rohan Lesmore makes his way to the crease to join Craig Emmanuel. The batsman crossed as the ball was up in the air. They took it. So it's Calendar who was to bowl to Emmanuel. Short and wide. And I did say early on when Calendar batted, he received a very sharp one from Emmanuel. I did say when Calendar would be bowling, he would return the compliment. So it's Calendar to Emmanuel. He bowls. This one is up, and he hits it into the offside. They go for 1. Will they come back for 2? Emmanuel is looking for 2, but Lesmore is saying no. So 1 more to the total is 63 for 5. Emmanuel makes his way to 16. So Lesmore facing up to Calendar. Calendar from the airport end bowls, and Lesmore comes forward, and that's the end of the over. 63 for 5, and Monroe in all sorts of trouble at this point. Still 166 runs required. So Arnold has been now switched ends. Arnold will now be bowling from the Molashik end. He'll be bowling round the wicket to Craig Emmanuel. Here he goes. Arnold to Emmanuel. And he's bowled him! First ball, he's bowled him! This one was pitched just about the leg stem and coming back in. Emmanuel going for a mighty sweep there. Missing and is bowled. So another wicket goes down. Monripo 63 for 7. And Monripo is now folding like a deck of cards as Conan Henry makes his way to the crease. So the Lions very much on the way to victory. But in this game of cricket, it's a game of shifting fortunes and glorious uncertainties. So the Lions are in a comfortable position at this point. So, Conan Henry. Okay. So it's Conan Henry. So it's Arnold to Henry, and he places it into the offside, where he's fielded by number 15, who is Kester Shalmine. As is Arnold again to Henry, and he is trying to work it through the backward point region, missing. Arnold again to Henry, ball, tosses this one up, comes forward, plays into the offside. Arnold again, round the wicket, bowls to Henry. This one he tries to swing it around, but down the leg side it goes wide. Arnold again bowls, and he hits this one down to long, where Xavier Gabriel gets his big frame behind this one. So 64, 65 for 6. So in a while you'll be hearing the voice of Mr. David Oliver. What is scoring? So no, let Eldridge will just. So it's Calendar to Henry, who drives past Charles at extra cover, and they pick up a single. 66 for 6, all the sixes. And we into the 10th over, the halfway mark. Calendar into Lesmore, short and missing there is Lesmore, and Fletcher doing some excellent work behind the stumps. So Fletcher really bringing a different dimension to the Lions team, bringing the various components to their game, as it's Calendar bowls, and again Fletcher is taking this one and flicking the bail, but Lesmore is in his ground. $66 for 6, 3 sixes. Calendar into Lesmore. This one is a slower delivery. Lesmore looking to play it on the onside, not getting it off the bat, somewhere of the thigh pad. Calendar, and he swings it. This one was pitched up there, and Lesmore having a go, hit it high over square leg into the stand. It goes for 6, back hitting the front pole of the players' pavilion, and 6 runs to the total. 72 for 6. 72 for 6. Let's see how Calendar responds. But no ball likes to be hit for a maximum. A loose select power boundary. As it hits it onto the onside, they go for a quick single. As Kester Shalmine does some good work on the mid-wicket boundary, running around to his left. Picks up, single. So the score moves up by 1 to 73 for 6. And it's a strategic timeout. So after 10 overs, the Morningbrook Pioneers are 73 for 6. Still another 156 runs required. So at this point, the South Cashie's Lions are large and in charge, are in control. Arnold has picked up 3 for 14 of his 3 overs. Calendar 1 for 19. Gabriel has also picked up 1 wicket. At the crease, Henry is not out on 2. And Lesmo is not out on 7. So Charles went first ball without scoring. Caught by Calendar of Xavier Gabriel. Sabinas Emmanuel, he was next to go. He was stumped by Andre Fletcher of Keegan Arnold. While Gavin Seri last set briefly, he was caught by Collins Calendar at mid-off of the bowling of Chauvin Leo for 6. Mervyn Wells also, wow. Yeah, Mervyn Wells, he was LBW to Keegan Arnold for 12, while Craig Emmanuel, he was bowled by Keegan Arnold for 16, and Shadrach Descat, he was caught Andrew Fletcher out bowl of Collins Calendar for 15. So we're back to the live action, and it will be Arnold. Arnold will be bowling to Lesmo. Arnold round the wicket, bowling to Lesmo, bowls, comes forward, put onto the onside, and Arnold runs around, does his own bowling. Arnold so far has picked up 3 for 15. So Arnold will be bowling to Henry. Bowls. Henry just takes this one out and as it runs off the edge, backward of point, and they pick up a single. 74 for 6. As it's Arnold again, bowling to Henry, and he has a big swing. Hits it. Look at the inside edge, and it's heading down. Good stop there by Simon, and it's Shalmine backing him up, and the batsman crossed for 2. So this one looked like it hit the inside edge. As it's Arnold again to Henry. This time he's back and across on the offside, where he's fielded by the skipper himself, Johnson Charles. As it's Arnold again, ball. This time again he's on the defense, no run. Arnold has bowled pretty well, and he's into his last over. He has picked up 3 for 17 so far. Goes again, he'll be bowling to Henry, can bowl. And Henry has a big hit over the head of Gabriel. That's 6 runs. So take a score to 82. And it finishes off a spell of 4 overs, 3-4, 23. So 82 for 6. Still another 147 required in the next 9 overs. They would need to be scoring at 16.33 if they are going to overhaul the total of the Lions. So we see the captain having a change of mind. It's Kester Shalmai coming on from the airport end, and he'll be bowling to he's replaced. He's injured. So it's Shalmine from the airport end, and we bowl into Lesmore. He bowls, and he hits it straight, and that's gone for 6. This one was foolish length, and Lesmore gave it a full treatment, hitting it as straight as an arrow over the long off for 6. So the score moves on to 88. For 6 was Shalmine to Lesmore, and this is beaten outside the Ostrom. He was pushing outside there and beaten. Score remains on 88 for 6. Shalmine again, running into bowl to Lesmore, in bowl. So he says high in the air, he's going to be out caught. Calendar settles, and he's bucked, and he takes the catch. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. This one went high into the air, Calendar settled, it bounced out of the hand, he spun around and took it in the other hand. And that's the end of Lesmore. Caught Calendar, bowled by Shalmine. So the new batsman is Ivanas Emmanuel. So it's 88 for 7. So, for the trouble for Monroe Pioneers, and after the over, you'll be hearing a new voice to take you through to the end of the first encounter, as we see Shalmine bowled, and he gets off the edge and it beats Xavier Gabriel on the third man boundary, gone for 4. Gabriel was in a couple meters and couldn't get it wrong in time, and goes down to the third man boundary for 4. 92 for 7. So Colonel Henry faces again, ball to Shalmine, and it's down the ground to a long on where Siobhan Leo picks up. Single. 93 for 7. So Charlemagne again, bowling to Henry, and struck on the pond. A lot of appeal from Charlemagne. Didn't really get the support of the rest of his teammates. Not out to Empire Ashby. And another over comes to an end. It is 93 for 7. So, to take it through to the end of this encounter between the Lions and the Pioneers is Mr. David Oliver.
Thank you, dear Mr. Brian Calix, and a pleasant good night to everyone tuning in to Winners TV and taking in the show between South Castries Lions and the Monrepo Pioneers. We are wrapping up, getting closer to the end of this innings, as we see Tonya Simon takes up the attack from the southern end and bowling to Colonel Henry. Has just scampered through for a quick single, putting that one just behind square, and the score moves on to 93 for 7. 94 for 7 as Tonya Simon comes in again, and there's an appeal, and umpire is not interested, and there is no run. So great atmosphere here at the Philip Massillon grounds in Vieux-Fort as Tonya Simon comes with another delivery. The experienced Windward Island and West Indies ex-cricketer Andrew Fletcher is with the gloves behind the stumps, taking that one well, and there is no run as the new batsman Ivanus Emmanuel hit that one straight as a signal come from the Lucilec power boundary. It's 4 runs right back. It's Ivanus Emmanuel hitting that one back past the bowler. And here goes Tonya Simon again with another delivery. It's in the air but falling short to the man at mid-on, long on, and scamper through for a quick single, and the score moves on to 99 for 7. Goes again, playing that one just out to the mid-wicket area as Dwight Thomas comes in very quick and prevent the second run, and the score moves on to 100. So the 100 is up for Monrepo Pioneers. 100 for 7, and it's the end of the 13th over, and they are chasing a target of 228, and so with 128 more runs to get, it's looking very grim for Monrepo Pioneers as Kester Charlemagne takes up the attack from the airport end and bowling to Conan Henry. Ball crashing into his legs, and as we see Kester Charlemagne, a very active and vibrant cricketer, runs back to his mark as he turns now and bowling to Conan Henry. There's a swing and a miss outside the off stump, ball going into the gloves of Andre Fletcher, and there is no run. So Kester Charlemagne with another delivery, bowls to Conan Henry. A good shot, played that on the onside, it's gone down to long on for 1, and the score moves on to 101 for 7. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the Philip Massillé grounds here in View Fort, and it's been an exciting time since we started the SPL 2019, as we see that shot coming from the bat of Ivanus Emmanuel and acquiring a single as the score moves up to 102-47. We're in the 14th over here. So it's Kester Charlemagne coming into Conan Henry, and there's a shot, and there it's a close one. There's a shot, and the stumps is out of the ground by Johnson Charles, but I believe the batsman is safely home. And a very good throw by the captain, Johnson Charles, but the batsman was safely home, and thus the total moves up to 103 for 7, with one more ball remaining from Kester Charlemagne. So we are coming to the end of this first match of the day. There's another one coming up later, and we are looking for, we know that we will be having a lot of excitement here later on tonight. And here goes Kester Charlemagne from the airport end. As in the air, is it going? It's a logical maximum. A wonderful shot right back over long on by Ivanus Emmanuel. It's 109 for 7 after 14. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, you can hear the wonderful music by the DJ here at the Philip Massillé grounds in Vieux-Fort. And today we had the South Castries Lions winning the toss and electing to bat first. And it scored 228. And here we go with Conan Henry hitting that one on the one side, went down to the man at long on, who fielded well, and batsman only can get one run, bringing the total to 110 for 7. It's in the air, a fielder's coming around, but it's going to fall safely as the batsman scrambled through for a quick single. So we are 111 for 7, and we're in the 13th over of the innings. This is the second. According to the scorecard in front of us, we have 111 for 7. And we are in the 15th over as Tonya Simon hits that one. It's gone down to long on. A very good catch. He tried to get that one over long on, but hit it too low. And Conan Henry has to go into the safe hands of Xavier Gabriel, feeling at the long on position. Ladies and gentlemen, the if wicket going down from Monrepo Pioneers. It's been hard work here for Monrepo Pioneers. Not easy for them. They kept losing the wickets. And the new batsman is Jamal Lesmore, wearing the number 26 shirt. Some new batsman replacing Conan Henry, who was just caught at long on. So Conan Henry just facing 21 balls and scoring 20 runs, 1-4 and 1-6. And then trying to get a ball over long on, brought to his demise. A very good catch by Xavier Gabriel. And Tonya Simon comes forward again, bowling that one down to the batsman Jamal Lesmore, who is the newest batsman of all. And plays that one on the offside, well fielded by the captain Johnson Charles. in the 25, number 25 shirt. Tony Simon comes with another delivery. It's in the air, but just eluding the bowler, and the batsman scampered through for 1. The score moves on to 112 for 8, and we are in the 15th over. It's the end of the over, the 15th over. It's 112 for 8. The Monrepo Pioneers. Oh yes, we're preparing for the next match. So taking up the bowling from the airport end is Kester Shalmine. Here he comes, and he will be bowling to Jamal Lesmore. There is an appeal, and the finger goes up from Ale Ashby. He's been caught behind by the keeper, Andrew Fletcher, nicking that one just outside the off stump and getting it into the glove. The safe hands of Andrew Fletcher, and Jamal Lesmore goes for just 1 run. So the 9th wicket going down for the Monrepo Pioneers here at the Philip Massilley grounds in Vieux-Fort. So 112 in the 16th over. 1-1-2 for 9. So the new batsman in is Michael Shalry. Just face a delivery from Kester Shalmine. And there is no run as Kester comes in again, bowling to Shalry. There's a play and a miss, and the ball goes into the gloves of Andre Fletcher, and there is no run. So Michael Shalry, the last batsman in, as Kester comes again. Oh, and that ball is just a little wide outside the off stump, but there's no signal of a wide from the umpire, so it's a legal ball. And the score remains on 112 for 9, and we are in the 16th over of the innings. Here comes Kester again, and there's he ran down the wicket trying to make contact with the ball and misses it completely, and there is no run. That's Michael Shalry on strike. We're in the number 6 shirt as Kester comes in for his final delivery in this over, as he hit that one just at the cover, the deep cover boundary, and it rolls away from the fielder and runs into the boundary for 4. We're waiting on the signal from the umpire, now coming from umpire Ali Ashby, signaling a 4 that's been misfielded by the fielder out at the deep cover boundary, and the score moves on to 1-1-6 for 9. 16 overs is completed, and with 4 more remaining, and 113 runs to be had by Monrepo Pioneers. Looking very grim for them at this time. So Tony's Simon is bowling from the southern end, I call it the 4th end, and he is bowling to Ivanis Emmanuel, who hits that one down to long on, and he comes back for a second run. It could be close, but fumble there by the bowler with the throw coming in from Dwight Thomas. the batsman was able to cross, and the score moves on to 118 from 9. And we are in the 17th over of the innings. Here goes Tony Simon again. Oh, and there's a miss. And he's gone. Stumped by Andrew Fletcher. Coming down the wicket, trying to hit this one somewhere, but misses it. And was stumped by Andrew Fletcher. So Ivanos Emmanuel, the last wicket to go. So non-report pioneers all out for 118. So we'll have a summary of what happened here today in this match. South Castries Lions, they scored 228 for 6 of their 20 overs. And we had Andrew Fletcher coming out on top with a 67 or 44 balls. Then we had the captain Johnson Charles with 41 of 16 balls. And we had Colinas Calendar with 41 as well of 16 balls. And bowling for the Pioneers is Lesmo, Jamal Lesmo, 18 runs, 2 wickets from 4 overs. And Marvin Wells, 17 for 1 of 1 over. And Gavin Serrier Jr., he had 1 wicket, 30 runs of 4 overs. And Monrepo Pioneers batted 16.2 overs and scored 118 all out. We had Conan Henry, top scorer with 20 from 21 balls, and Craig Emmanuel, he had 16 or 14 balls, and Ivanos Emmanuel scored 15 from 10 balls. And we had the top wicket taker for South Castries Lions, Keegan Arnold, 4 overs, 3 for 23. Tony Simon, 2.2 overs, 2 for 12. And Kessler Shalmine, 4 overs, 2 for 30. And so we have the second match being won by South Castries Lions in SPL 2019. In a moment, we'll go downstairs with Brian Carlett, who will do the post-match presentation. So for now, we say we take a break, and we will continue later on tonight with the second match here at the Philip Massey Grounds in V4.
Can you handle
SPL 2019, where the defending champions of Catches Lions won over the Monroe Credit Union, Monroe Pioneers. And with us is the captain of the Pioneers, Mervyn Wells. Mervyn, what do you think really contributed to your defeat here this evening?
I think first of all, I think we started wrong with the ball. The plan was to keep the ball on the outside and let Abu batsman know mistake. Apparently, Fletcher and Johnson took away the game for us.
Okay, but do you think that the decision to bowl first was a good one?
Well, it was a good one because we had a proper plan. I mean, I have a lot of confidence in the players. They have a lot of experience around, and then, you know, a good batting between Fletcher and Johnson Charles. Give it a good start. And I want to compliment him for that. And I like my boys, you know, we're all trying. So we're going to come back at next game.
So for the next game, what do you think you'll be working on?
Well, we're working on our bowling. You know, even though we have a super we're on our bowling and stuff. Go back to the drawing board and then we go back to the pressure.
Okay, well, good luck in the next game.
Right, thanks.
Okay, that was the captain of the Monroe Pioneers, Mervyn Wells. So we call on the captain of the winning team, Johnson Charles, to join us. We'll just wait for Johnson as he makes his way through the crowd there. And don't forget the nightcap, the girls at night, they are taking on the Grade 4 Raiders. So don't go away, we still have much more cricket action for you. Yes, Johnson, first of all, congratulations on your win here tonight. You won the toss, so then you're confident that you should take first now, and your team didn't disappoint.
Yeah, definitely. I think we back ourselves in all three departments, bowling, batting and fielding, and you know, we have the batsmen, we have the capability, so we just back ourselves to go and take a knock.
At what point in the game you think you all had it covered?
I think after we got the first 5 wickets, we definitely had it covered, but we still didn't want to, you know, take it for granted, so we just kept the pressure and got it through.
Well, you know your next game is at a different venue, and it's against the Girls Tonight. Anything different you'll be doing before that?
No, I don't think we will be doing anything different because we have prepared brilliantly, and we're just looking to take every match at a time, and we just gonna squeeze, and you know the Lions are just gonna go on just time.
Okay, once again, congratulations and all the best in the next couple games.
Thank you.
Okay, and the man of the match for this evening, let me just call Ms. Lauren Louis to present the man of the match, the coaches of the Lions and the Pioneers. They have agreed that the man of the match for this evening would be Colinus Calendar for his 3 wickets and 41 not out on his 2 wickets. Don't run away calling us. Just have a look. Let's go across and have a quick word for you. Yeah, so calling us, you came in at the right time. It's 6 overs to go. The platform was set for you, and you were able to really strike 41 in no time. Okay, so you have about 2 more games to go. Are we going to see some more power hitting from you?
Yes, definitely.
Well, congratulations to you, Collins, and we look forward to you at the game. Yeah, so that's the man of the match for tonight's game, Collins Calendar. We have a second game to follow, the Knights versus the Raiders, so stay put for more action.